Good to see you, Jordan.
Good to see you too.
Have a seat. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
What's the word these days in the Smith training camp? How's it going over there?
We're looking pretty good. We're trying to stay focused. We have a young group, so we're just trying to get everybody on the same page so we can win games this season.
How about Xavier Garner?
He's looking good, real good. Because now we got him at safety, so now he's on both sides of the ball. So he knows experience-wise, he understands both more.
Are you feeling good about the opening game tomorrow night against Northwest?
Yes, sir.
What's the key to that game to make sure you guys come out on top? I know there's a couple of different things you got to do. What are those things?
We have to focus and we have to play together as a team. I feel as if we're going to have an upper hand if we work together as a team.
The main thing, I guess, is keep that ball as long as you can.
Yes, sir.
Don't let the other team have that ball much.
Okay.
They maintain those long possessions. You can't throw the ball like Jeff Sims all day long, maybe, but a few of those, you remember Jeff back in the day?
Yes,
I'm sure you remember Ebron back in the day.
Yes, sir.
A few combinations like that would be nice, but it cannot be like that.
Yes, sir.
How do you slow down? Because I can't slow down sometimes myself, going from basketball to football. How do you slow down and get to, maybe you don't slow down a lot, but how do you change the pace between the two sports?
Just like really understanding what's what season and understanding what to work on while we're in that time. So really just understanding the time periods. Yes, sir.
Did you spend a lot of time on basketball this summer?
Yes, sir.
Traveling with a few teams?
AAU, yes, sir.
Who coached your AAU bunch?
Lee Moore, Coach Lee Moore. I played with the Greensboro Warriors.
Good team, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
What's looking more promising for college, the basketball or the football?
Right now, football, because I have an offer, but hopefully they even back up.
Last year basketball, a little tough, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you guys had some chances, but it didn't come out like you wanted. Are you looking forward to that senior year of basketball this year?
Yes, sir. I expect the state championship.
Got to have everybody healthy, though, right?
Yes, sir.
The health was an issue at times last year, I think.
Yes, sir.
Who's your top man from last year's team?
Silas Mason.
Was Mason healthy again because he was injured some last year?
Yes, sir. He's looking pretty good. He had I think he had an ankle off but he's recovered well off of that injury.
Excellent. Tell me this, these three words, what do these three words mean to you? Time to throw. What does that mean? Having time to throw. What's that mean?
You have to have a good line to have time to throw. Yes, sir.
It means a lot, though, as far as trying to get that pass upfield. How much time do you need to get a pass off? Have you ever thought about that?
Yes, sir.
How much time do you probably need to get a good pass upfield?
Anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds.
3 to 5 seconds, you're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Do you like the long route upfield or the shorter route, or do you like them all?
I have a stronger arm, so I like the longer balls a little better.
What's your favorite play, and kind of take us through that play, the favorite play you like to run, and take us through that?
We'll run we'll have 3 receivers to the right side, and we'll have Xavier backside, and it's pretty much a go route for Xavier, and he's like a one-on-one matchup, so we're seeing who the DB is, and if I feel like he has an advantage, I'm going to take the shot.
So if those DBs come to those 3 players on the side, if you're kind of overload the side with 3, he's got that one-on-one coverage on the left side, go to him.
Yes, sir.
Just throw it up, let him go get it.
Yes, sir.
Got to be some good stuff. Last year, you threw for over 1,000 yards, right?
Yes, sir.
How much rushing yards last year? Remember what the rushing total was?
I saw somewhere it said 300.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you hope to probably get about 5 or 6 this year.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind running the ball? Do you like running the ball?
I like running the ball.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Against Northwest, what kind of game do you see that being tomorrow night?
It's going to be a mental game for us. I feel like we got to stay focused and we got to work hard and communicate. We got some young people, so as long as we communicate as a team, we can work through it together so we can win.
How's that offensive line looking?
They're looking pretty good. Looking good.
If you had to make a choice, which side do you run off of, the left or right side? Do you have a preference either way?
Well, right now, we've been moving players because some people haven't been at practice, but as of right now, probably the left side.
Got some big guys on that side there?
Yes, sir.
Who's your big favorites on that side?
I got DJ Cromartie, and I have Josh Preston also as center.
What do you learn from Coach Wiggins? What are a couple things Coach Wiggins has taught you that really stuck out with you since you've been working with him?
I know that Coach Wiggins actually loves the game, and I feel like he's taught me how to love the game and how to show emotions, but not show them on the field to where we lose our heads and where we lose our cool, but also keeping a cool head and also leadership.
And Jordan Williams with us, Smith High School, big game against Northwest tomorrow night. I guess with Coach Wiggins too, he's a former Smith man, so you guys being Smith players, you don't want to let him down. You want to have success, make him feel good about what he's doing at Smith.
Yes, sir.
What's that going to take this year, you think?
Hard work, dedication, focus at practices. It all starts at practice. You gotta focus at practice to where it leads up to into the game. Do things you put in the game.
How do you become a leader in practice? Because being a senior now, right? You're a senior. You're looking toward college, looking toward future things. How do you become a leader in practice? How do you lead these guys? Because you got to be the man right now they look to.
Yes, sir. Basically, you gotta make sure everybody has their head on, no talking, no playing on the side, and you gotta make sure everybody's focused all the time.
I think it's important for you to get that same respect from your teammates because you want this team to be the best it can be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you think it's going to take to get you guys to the playoffs, to have a playoff berth for Smith to make it all the way into the postseason this year? What's that going to take?
I feel like we're looking pretty good. So, I mean, the playoffs, I feel like we're going to make it, but we got to get key victories here and there. So, certain games we can't lose because now stop our momentum. So, we got to win most of our games out.
Now, you're wearing number 7, right?
Yes, sir.
And anybody you know that wore 7, you chose that number for?
No, sir. I just wore it just because.
If you could choose another number, what number would you wear? Any idea? We had to switch?
I'll choose 2 because it's my basketball number.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes, sir.
Good point. In a real tight situation, would you rather be running the ball or throwing the ball?
Like we're down, we have the ball, or
either way, up or down. Let's say you're down because that's gonna be a tighter situation. Say you're down, tight situation. Throw it or run it. What you like better?
If we're down, I feel more comfortable throwing the ball because I've been throwing it for 3 years, and it's been showing positive outcomes.
The first pass you ever completed, you remember that one back in the day in the youth football days?
No, sir. I remember my first time playing quarterback though.
How about your first touchdown pass? Who was that to? Any idea?
No, sir. I can't tell
Who were
you.
you playing for back all the way then?
I was playing for the Greensboro Eagles.
Was that a Pop Warner?
Yes, sir.
Who was coaching back in the old days?
Coach Shay Morris. He coached my freshman and sophomore year. He coached at Smith, but then he went another way. But yeah, he coached me at middle school basically.
Any guys still at Smith now you grew up with playing? I mean, going back to the old days, guys that come up together, but sometimes you get like a core unit of guys that stuck together, came through all this hard fought together football. Any guys that came with you all the way up?
Yes, sir. Xavier has. Tayshawn Davis also has. DJ Camardi, Josh Presna, Jarvis, one of our key DBs. He plays DB also. So it's been a couple of us.
Pretty good group there. Good group. Most trusted receiver, Xavier Gardner's got to be. How about the second receiver behind him? Because you got to have more than one. Who's the next man?
We got a lot of talent out there, but if I had to, I would say either Rajon, he's a junior, upcoming junior, or I would probably say Andre Neely. He's also an upcoming junior, and he's pretty quick with the ball.
You look at your favorite play. You mentioned earlier. What was that favorite play again? You like to run? Would that be? Do they let you call the plays, or the coaches call the plays? How's that work? I'm curious.
The coaches. I have a wristband most of the time, and the coaches call in the plays, and I'll look at my wristband and tell the huddle, and we'll go from there.
What do you? I mean, you can't tell us what you run the first play tomorrow night, but if you had to choose, which one again would you probably run if you had your choice?
If I had my choice, I'll run 15 GB. I'll keep the ball and run it.
So run it yourself, huh?
Yes, sir.
Not bad. Not bad. You like running left or right? You said left, probably your favorite choice.
Yes, sir. I like more when it's like a flash with it, and that draws the defense over, so I can get into the holes and cut up field.
And how much you weigh these days?
I think around 215, 210.
Gosh, man. Javondre said he weighs 210. You weigh 215. You guys are getting pretty sturdy these days.
Yes, sir.
What have you done to get bigger and stronger in the off season? What have you been doing?
Well, with basketball, we also condition a lot, so that helped me keep my breathing right. But mostly, we hit the weight room every day at Smith, and we gotta make sure we do a certain routine every day.
So you've been hitting that hard this summer, then?
Yes, sir.
What kind of schedule was it? Did you guys go every day or every other day? How'd that work?
It's every day, except for the weekends. Yes, sir.
What's the toughest game you ever been in? Do you remember one game that stands out? Toughest game for Mr. Williams?
Yes. My toughest game was, I think it was Lee County. It was our first playoff game 2 years ago, and we just wasn't there that night.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Got waxed.
Yes, sir.
But that was a step in the right direction to get to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
That's where you got to get back to again this year. You got to get back in those playoffs. Any particular player in that game or another game, the toughest player you've gone up against? Anybody that stands out? That guy really took me out that game, or I couldn't handle that guy in that game?
No, sir, not really.
Hey, when you play Dudley, what do you think about Dudley? What stands about those Dudley games? Is there special? What is it about those games?
I think it's more people, so more eyes, so I guess more adrenaline gets to going. Yes, sir.
Any Dudley players you know well and like to compete against?
I actually went to school on the right near Dudley, my middle school, so I know most of them. I'm pretty good. I know Nation, Xavier. I know a lot of the players.
What middle school did you go to back those days?
Harrison Middle School.
Harrison Middle, boy.
Yes, sir.
Harrison, what's the nickname of them? Harrison's nickname?
The Jaguars.
Jaguar. It was either Cougar or Jaguar.
Yes, sir.
Those were good days, but because I remember the coach over there one time because his son played at Dudley. Abraham, Coach Abraham.
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a tough coach. Coach Abraham got the job done.
Yes, sir.
Because Durante Davis, remember Durante?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he played there, I think, and he was tough back in those days.
Yes, sir. My 7th grade year, he was playing. He was playing linebacker.
Yep, and a good one at that.
Yes,
He'd say a good at that. Who was your first grade teacher? Go back to first grade. Jordan Williams goes way back. First grade teacher. Got you started in the right direction.
I think it was Miss. I can't remember, but it was she was British, I believe. So yes.
What school?
Sedgefield Elementary.
Man, that's over High Point Road.
Yes, sir.
In that area, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's kind of near High Point Road because it's going right in the back side, almost like Broomtown, High Point, that area.
Yes,
good little elementary school there.
Yes,
Sedgefield Elementary. Then on over to Harrison later on.
I went to Faulkner after my 3rd grade.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up.
Then Harrison. And then over to Smith after Harrison.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I bet Coach Partee and Coach Waddell came over and saw you in a game for Harrison and said, we got to get this guy to Smith.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't be surprised because I used to see Coach Partee in a lot of those Harrison games back in the day. Man, some excellent basketball over there. Who's your current principal over at Smith? Who's in charge of the school? You know him?
Yes, sir. His name slipped my mind, but yes, sir. I talk to him every time I see him in the hallway.
Mr. Hoskins.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hoskins.
A couple of things you've learned from Coach Wiggins over the years that made you a better ball player.
Determination, and also it's like all in your mind. It's what you really want to do instead of really what your body want to do. You gotta, it's mind over matter. So just keep persevering through things when things get rough.
And he's been a good mentor for you too, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Drive you along. 10 years down the road, where do you see Jordan Williams? What do you think he'll be doing?
Hopefully in the NFL or the NBA.
Now, do you like driving the basket on the basketball court or shooting the outside shot?
I like a little bit of both, but if I had to choose, I'll probably say shooting the shot.
Yeah, because I can see you on the left side outside the arc shooting a three-point shot quite a few times over the years.
Yes, sir.
Smart. You guys have got to have that. I know you're probably hoping this is the case and striving for this. Have the same type of success on the football field you've had on the basketball court.
Yes, sir.
If you do that this year, will make for a very good year.
Yes, sir. Great year. You gotta start. It starts with all of us though coming in together and getting on the same page and coming in every day working.
What about quarterback coach or offensive coordinator? Who's your man in charge of your offense going to keep you guys going?
Coach, his name is Boykin, Coach Boykin. I don't know his first name, but he's a good man.
You grew up with a lot of these kids, you said back in the day. I mean, as a senior group, to have success this year, what would that mean to you and your teammates?
That would mean a lot because we've been through a lot and we've seen a lot. And we've seen us lose, so for us to win would be a great year. That'd be good for us.
If you had to sit out a year and you couldn't play football or basketball, then come back the next year, couldn't play but one, but had to choose between the two, what would you choose?
I'm more likely probably to choose basketball.
It's tough, isn't it? That's
Yes,
a tough
sir.
choice. I think the thing about football, you might be a little bit edge advanced more in basketball. Football, I think the thing is Smith needs you. They need you like crazy because they need that athletic quarterback to lead that team and get that job done. And sometimes you might realize it yourself how much they depend on you over there.
Yes, sir.
So this year, Northwest tomorrow night, give me a kind of a concept what you expect to see in that game, what might happen in that game to get that win tomorrow night. What do you see happening in that game?
Some explosive plays by our offense, some key stops for our defense. Hopefully we can stop them from scoring. Probably some cover 4 from their team and break apart their defense and score sometime.
Do you see yourself on the field playing any defense?
No, sir.
No defense from
No,
Jordan
sir.
Williams. All offense, run that offense.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
your top running back? We know about Garner and the other guys are receiving. Who's the top running back?
Nicozy Austin.
Mr. Alston.
Yes, sir.
Got to look to him to run that ball quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
You've been watching Northwest on film, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you seeing from those guys?
They're mostly running cover 4, and they're they're gonna either blitz a linebacker and then drop one, or they're gonna drop both their linebackers. Their outside linebackers really don't put pressure on Les Toso, and hopefully it's not that many people in the box, so we can run it up.
So if they're going to pack it back on you, you're going to run that ball, run it around them.
Yes, sir.
You and Alston, right?
Yes, sir.
You love to run the ball. Let's see you do that tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir.
10 years down the road, what do you see Jordan Williams? 10 years from now, what do you think you'll be doing?
Hopefully, I have a good life set up, have my degree. So if I wanna stop playing sports, I can also go in that way also.
Your mom, your dad, your family, how supportive are those guys?
They're very supportive.
What do you say to them for all this work you've done over the years they've done for you?
I want to say thank you to everybody that's helped me to get where I am, and I love all y'all.
Jordan, you're the man.
Thank you.
Got to win that game tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir.
And on the shirt, you got the Smith Golden Eagle on that shirt, looking good. You got a little bit of the gold and a little bit. What color is that?
Silver, gray.
A little silver gray.
Yes, sir.
Before tomorrow night. What colors you guys dressed up for the home game tomorrow night?
I don't
Green
know.
or white, you think?
I think it's green.
Going home green.
Yes, sir.
Jordan Williams, Smith High School, excellent job. Next time I see you, I want to see you as a winner.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you much. That's Greensboro Sports Radio and Football in Focus for a Thursday. Thanks to Don Moore. Thanks to the guys that came in. We'll see you next week, and keep it rolling to GreensboroSports.com and check out our game tomorrow night. Got the big